Hi guys, I'm Lowynnie, one of his historical students, and now I'm standing on the mountainside of Parepare. But I will not talk about that. I want to talk to you about the 6 study tips by Mrs. Vanessa, one of English teacher's life. Tips number 1 is don't be shy to take every opportunity to speak English. Sometimes we are afraid or shy to speak another language like English or anything else because we worried or scared to make a mistake. But actually, it's not a good way to upgrade or improve our English. So we really need to take every opportunity to practice English, whether how small or big. So don't be shy to make mistakes because we will never be better to improve our English without any mistake. Tips number 2 is learn English by phrases, not single word. Learn English by phrases is much more useful because it will easy to remember and it will easy to upgrade our grammar and vocabulary. So we can learn to speak or grammar at the same time. For example, if you're learning I like swimming, it will be more easier than if we just say one word like swim and like, because it will not easy to remember and our English or grammar will be very bad. So learn English by phrases, not single word. Tips number 3 is learn English with our ears, not with our eyes. Learn English with our ears is more effective and more easier because learn English with our ears can make us understand what does people say. So let's we do listen at English as much as possible we can. We must understand what does people say quickly because when we speak English to other people, we need to understand what does people say quickly and answer it quickly. So we don't have any time to thinking about it or writing about it. Tips number 4 is learn English by repeating. Repeating is really important for learning English by phrases. We don't learn something for the first time or the second time or the third time. It takes many time to learn English or something else. If we find a new word, we must make a sentences with a new word inside the sentences. We must repeat the new word oftenly so that we can use it when we want to express ourselves. So don't be shy to repeat the same new word or grammar again and again. It will make our pronounce better and our grammar will upgrade it. Tips number 5 is practice or speaking to ourselves. Speaking to ourselves, it's a good way to practice our English when we don't have any English speaking person to talk with. So when we're alone and there's no one in the house, we can just try to talk to ourselves. For example, I'm in the public place and there is no one to be my partner to speak, to practice my speaking. So I talk to myself and I don't care about how many mistakes I made. If we're doing this for a long time, it will make our English or grammar will upgrade it or better. Tips number 6. The last tips is practice our English little and often. If you try to practice English every day, it will make more progress than if you just sit down on the chair and do nothing. So we need to choose things or small things like watching this video or watching the native speaker's video and try to practice it. It takes a long time, but don't worry, it will make our grammar or English upgraded. So that's all about the 6 study tips by Mrs. Vanessa, one of English teacher's life. Thank you for your watching. I hope you enjoy it and have a nice practice English. Bye bye. maybe I think